it pretty much takes you all over in terms of, last year it was predominantly in the north. The year I did it, of course, we went up to the north, then back down through the middle of Italy, and then we finished just outside of Naples. And it's pretty epic. It's pretty epic in terms of fatigue and organization, and yeah, it's an experience.
How would you compare racing over there to racing here?
There is no comparison. It's a different sport. That is the one comparison I can tell you.
Nice.
How many days is that?
Oh, sorry?
How many days is the actual race?
I think when I finished it was 9 or 10. I actually don't remember.
And do they have, I mean, is it a similar format to, I hate to compare it to the men's, but is it a similar format to the men's? Are there, mountain stages and flatter stages and stages that feature sprinting more and that sort of thing?
Yeah, they do. They actually do some of the similar climbs and stages. However, the distances are probably about 3/4, like 75 to 60%. The men will probably do anywhere between 160 to 200 kilometer days. The women's are around 120 kilometers. And in terms of our sprinting stages, the year I did it, we were told there was going to be a few, which also meant those stages still have some nice rolling, challenging hills. So you'll have some 3 to 5 kilometer climbs, and then you'll finish in a sprint if you're lucky to be up there. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I've never, unfortunately, I've never had an opportunity to go to anywhere in Europe. But I know a lot of things I read, they talk about, cycling is such a, especially in Italy, is such a big part of the culture. Are there a lot of people that, that come out to see the racing and watch you guys as you come flying by?
Yeah, well, unlike in America, where Americans typically have certain days they can take off work, basically if there's a race coming through town, nobody goes to work that day.
Oh,
so
nice.
they come out and watch. And yeah, it's just part of their culture. I would say in some ways similar to maybe how football or basketball, some of the major league sports are here. But again, it's different where you don't go out here and see kids playing football like in the street. In Europe, the bike is used as transportation and for racing and for recreation. So it's a much more functional tool for Europeans in their daily life.
What about the younger people? Are there a lot of kids that come out to watch the races? And
there are a lot of kids, and they ask for your bidon, which is your bottle. In fact, you could be completely dehydrated, and they will be chasing you on the hill for your bottle. So it's fun, and it's also annoying.
It's fantastic. Well, I have to say, I'm really excited to have you on board. This is definitely an area, women's issues, women's cycling in particular, getting women involved. And even if it's not just getting them involved, but getting them to be more vocal about their involvement is something that I really hope that we can, get off the ground and get flowing a little bit more. So thank you very much for coming on board.
You're
and
welcome.
taking up that responsibility.
You bet.
All right. And so also we have Jamie out there, if I'm not mistaken.
Hi there.
Hey. And Al, you had to talk to Jamie a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, not really. But, I'll see what I can do.
Thanks for that, Al.
All right. I actually do like Laverne quite a bit. Don't tell anybody. She's one of our instructors for our MVP program, and the feedback I'm getting is really good. So it's making me very happy, and we're glad that she's helping. Oh, God, that hurt to say.
It just goes to show my bribes are working well.
And the problem is she gets along way too well with everybody here, so I have to keep her around. It kind of sucks. All right, Laverne, so you've been on the site for a while. You're one of the first folks that I know who signed up after we talked about it. Mm-hmm. So give the folks at home a overview of how you got into cycling, why you got into cycling, and let everybody know how Laverne became mobile on 2 wheels.
Well, you might want to put mobile in quotes depending on what year you're talking about here. I actually moved out to California from the East Coast back in 2006. Didn't really know a ton of people, and I also didn't really know anything about cycling. And I was looking to kind of meet some new folks, get out there, get involved in something to try and, make some new friends, which once you're past 6 is actually more complicated than just saying, hey, want to be my friend? And I had an acquaintance of mine suggest I sign up for Team in Training and train for a 100-mile bike ride, but it was in Hawaii. So, 100 miles on a bike. I hadn't ridden a bike since I was 12, and then it got stolen out of my garage, and I'd never ridden a bike since. So I did decide to go ahead and sign up because I'd also never been to Hawaii. And figured, hey, I'll meet some new people. Even if I hate biking, maybe I can make some friends in the area. And I'd say day 2, I bought my first road bike and, went through the whole process of getting a ton of gear and spending way more money than you ever intend to. And kind of went from there. I spent about 4 seasons riding with Team in Training. I started as a participant and then moved on to mentoring new folks coming in for that. And then, 2 years ago, maybe, I started working out with Al Painter over here.
And your life has been so much better ever since.
And it's been tragic ever since, but I continue to push through.
We're praying for you.
I'm glad someone is.
Wow.
But no, I mean that's kind of the short history. I signed up on a whim because I wanted to go to Hawaii, and I realized that there was a lot to see out in California, and that seeing it at the speed on a bike is a totally new experience. So I really kind of got into it just from going to all of these different places and seeing the scenery, and then finding what a great community there exists in the Bay Area once you get involved. It can be super intimidating at first. That first time you walk into a Safeway in spandex is a little bit of a challenge. But, now I pretty much feel like I could wear them to work and be comfortable. Might not make other people comfortable, but that's a different problem.
Now, would the community of cyclists include these super helpful people when you have a flat tire in the Sea Otter Fondo? Why don't you tell us about that? This is a pretty good story, dude. You're going to like this. It's pretty funny. Let me back up. Jamie was sitting 28 out of 121 riders at the halfway point, and then her tires went flat. Laverne, the mic is yours.
Wait a minute, before you get started, did I hear tires plural?
Yes. So I'm actually at the rest stop just past the halfway point on the road Fondo, and I pick up my bike to leave, and my front tire's flat. No idea how it happened. It seemed okay when I got there. Take off the wheel and start changing it. No big deal, right? Bust out your speed lever, because this is the best thing that's ever been invented, and start taking off the tube, taking off the tire. And some random old guy, and no offense to anyone, I don't know his age. He was older than me, and he's standing there, and he looks over and he goes, "What the hell is that?" And I was like, "It's a speed lever. Best $6 I ever spent." Because, really, changing a tire is a pain in the tail, right? So it helps you get it off. You got little tiny girly hands that are very weak. And the guy kind of snorts and he's like, "Oh, I would never carry something like that on my bike." And I'm like, you don't carry tire levers. You have a bag on your bike. You don't carry levers? No. He's like, "I only carry one bottle, and I don't have a computer. Can't have anything weighing you down." And I look at the guy, and he's got this pimped out bike, and he's probably 30 pounds overweight, if that's on the nice side. And I think, maybe rather than trying to save 3 ounces on a tire lever, work out a little bit. Like, you don't want to be cruel, but they got these, weight weenies that are like, "I'm not going to carry a bottle on a 50-mile ride, and I'm going to snort at you for it," but I don't know. I'm a mean person. Drop 20 pounds. So, anyway, I do get the tire changed. Can't find anything wrong with it. Just change out the tube. Figure it's a pinch flat. Move on with my day. And I get not 2 miles down the road and flat again. So
Same tire.
Same
Okay.
tire. And so change it again. The guy comes back because I passed him on the way. And guy comes back by, laughs at me again, and I caught him right at the finish line. So
Nice.
I changed it twice and still caught him at the finish line.
Beautiful.
No, do you remember what his number was? We could
No,
say,
I
hey,
do
write his
not.
number.
And I
You got chick at the end of the Sea Otter Fondo?
I super hope he's not in VeloReviews, just in case he remembers this.